And welcome to another live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's late here in Dubai. It's afternoon on the New York Stock Exchange. We're half an hour to close the market. And again, we have a green market. Everybody is super happy here because the free money is helping us to push the markets further up. Now, today's topic, it's all about the other case. You know, I'm more into the camp of people saying, you know, I think that the market still has potential to go down, okay? But I'm very open-minded always, and I'm always knowing that the market can be very much unrealistic longer than you can be solvent. So think about this. This is, I think, one of the most important parts in investing. First of all, make sure to let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? Is it US? Is it Europe? Is it Australia, Asia? Let me know from which city you are watching from. And the question of today, what do you think? If you are looking back in your portfolio and the economy and the stock market, what do you think? Is it rather that we see the stock market going towards more lower part of the stock prices, right, in the next couple of months, or let's say until the end of the year? Or do we really get the V-shaped recovery? That's a very interesting question. I will just switch on here my comments, so I will monitor that just to be up to date what you guys will be putting out there. So let me have a look. Bear with me. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. And now I switch. That's a very interesting question. And now I switch on my TV. So let me just switch off my TV. Just to be up to date with you guys. And here we go again. An interconnected home here. I'm just switching on the live stream so I see what you see, guys, to make sure that we have the best quality here. And obviously I wanted to just check that, but I forget that I just watched something else on my TV connected to my phone, so I was just hearing myself. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Obviously, we will look into the questions, and I don't know if you subscribed yet or not. Make sure to do that. Otherwise, I want to directly dive in because I bought some stocks today. I don't know if you have seen it. I put some videos out just recently, 2 of them. One is the case where I'm saying that Virgin Galactic stock will be a $500 stock, and the other case where I'm saying why I would buy at $14. However, I couldn't resist, guys. I sometimes, I was thinking to myself, still there's, $1 difference. Will this $1 difference make the difference? Very, very well said. So yeah, so it's basically, I thought, I hope it will drop more so I can buy more, because I'm thinking the stock has a huge future ahead. Now let's talk about the stock market. I would love to know, first I go into the comments just to see, guys, what you are up to. So first of all, I'm always supporting. I'm always super happy that you supporting, that you watched my stuff. I think there's some kind of value in it. I love when you thumb up my videos and live streams, and I'm doing this. I'm putting a lot of work into this YouTube channel. So I'm super happy for all your views out there, guys. So let's have a look. We have UK. Congrats on Virgin Galactic. Thank you very much. I love to be official, because I'm putting so much research and consideration into stock purchase that I really don't make that much stock purchases. But when I'm doing that, then I'm doing big, So I just starting this position. So I went in today with around, I think, 888 shares. This is quite interesting why I did it. So first I wanted to get some 700 something shares, but then I thought, why not take 888? 8 is the lucky number of Asia. And I think I was just watching the video of Chicken Singapore while I was trading. And then I said, let's choose the happy number. I think the lucky number in the US and in the Western world is 777, and 88 or 8 is the lucky number in Asia. So I choose to buy 888 stocks. So just because maybe there will be some questions why you bought 888 stocks. So here we go. Then we have some regulars here like Rafael, DRK. Thank you very much for your support, guys. We have New York City, Atlanta, Berlin, Uruguay, Portugal. We have Mexico. We have what else do we have? Do you think LK is a good entry point? I think you mean the Chinese Starbucks, right? The looking coffee. I think you should stay highly away from this stock, okay? Like if you are here, then go run into this direction, okay? Just make sure to go away so far from this stock. That it's really, I don't like at all if there are some speculations on some crazy accounting fraud and so on. I'm staying away from this kind of companies. So what else do we have? We have our member Hugo, and he's saying, I want to buy some stocks but not sure when. This market seems not logic to me, but I'm afraid that it will go even higher. Yes, usually you get this FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. If you think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong that the market doesn't go down. And this is what we are talking about today. And stay tuned, because it will be a super interesting episode. Okay. Then do you think if their airplane crashes, would it disrupt the growth of Virgin? I don't think so. And now I'm telling you why, JJ. And JJ seems to always have a very skeptical comments here. But I love that. Guys. Be skeptical, be critical. This is where we are talking real talk, okay? So always let me know in the comments what you think. Don't take any filters out there. I want to know the real thing, okay? That's for once. I think Virgin Galactic has huge potential because they are in kind of monopoly. Their customers are basically, they are immune to any of this financial impacts, and I think that they will pay even $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 US, doesn't matter, and obviously this price is will go down with time, okay? And then you have Shamas, which is, in my personal opinion, one of the smartest guys on Wall Street, and he's the chairman of the board. And then you have the Richard Branson, you know, a main shareholder, one of the marketing genies. I still have to read his book, but obviously what he have done in his lifetime is absolutely insane, guys. And if someone knows something about marketing and experience, then it's this guy, okay? Then the CEO is a chief of staff or ex-chief of staff of NASA, so have definitely experience into building things, though I think maybe NASA is a little bit slower than SpaceX, but however, you know. Let me have a look. What else do we have? So, coming back to your question, JJ. Yes, I think if obviously the plane will crash, then something, this will be a bummer, but an opportunity to buy more stock, guys. Because think about, airplanes crash, okay, and they are doing an experience that is insane. That's super hard to do, and this gives them also a leap towards any competition. And you know, there's always planes that go down. There's always, you know, even Tesla had lots of scandals where cars are getting on fire and so on. That's it. That's the price that you are paying if you want to be in the top innovation phase, okay? So consider that, and those staying very volatile stocks, right? And use this volatility just to buy more. So that's my advice to that. What else? Chicken Singapore is a cool guy. I love this guy. He's really cool as well. And Barcelona, we have Barcelona as well. We have London, one of our other very much member, Mario. We have Denmark. We have people asking, how long are you holding Virgin Galactica? I think, you know, this is at least a couple of years, okay? Except I will see a huge run on the stock, and there's a possible for a swing trade where you can just sell it and buy back and have more and more stocks. But otherwise, I just will keep the stock for a couple of years now, okay? Because I feel also the story need a couple of years to develop. So remember that. Yeah, okay, this is the first question, so keep on coming, let them questions coming, and now we are diving into the main topic, which is, what if there will be no downturn into the market? Because so many people are saying, you know, there must be a downturn, guys. There must be a downturn. It is impossible that the stock market stays so long untouched from the reality. High unemployment, la 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 la. So you have 1,000 of arguments. However, there is obviously the most important part in the stock investing, okay? You see in this graphic, you see that what do you see, guys? As you see, the most biggest parts of the stock market were bull markets, okay? So also you see that they were much stronger, okay? There was a bear market, okay, done, dusted, and boom, like a Virgin Galactic rocket, it went up, okay? Doesn't matter if it was 1934, 1934, 1944, 1949, 1984, 1999, or 2009 until just recent, right? So you see that the market is depending on those bull markets, and long term, obviously the market will go up, okay? Just it really, it's impossible to say when markets are bottoming out, right? And there's signs, okay? There's signs, and we can look to those signs backward, but obviously forward would be, you know, not really possible. So this is an important factor. So usually when we see downturns or let's say also bottoms of the stock market, okay, then you see that the volatility index is going high. So in this graphic you see it quite nicely. Every time the stock market finds a kind of bottom or a comeback or a turning point, the VIX chart is the highest. Okay, so this is correlated. So this happens somewhere in, what was that, spring 2017, September, October 2018, when the Fed said they want to raise the interest rate. And then obviously you saw it just recently as well. So you see that, this is correlated. So you also should always look into the VIX. What is the VIX doing? If it's going higher, maybe that signals that, stock market is going down. And obviously we had very high levels of the VIX, which you see in this chart. Okay, this is the chart of the VIX. And look at that. We went into the VIX even at, I think the highest point here is 85.47. Unfortunately, this is not a huge graphic where I could show you this into the whole history perspective, but it was like record levels, okay? And then you see that it went down, and therefore the market went also up into April, May, and so on and so forth. So currently we don't see really sell in May, right? We don't see sell in May. So we rather say buy in May. And there's some other things on the stock market that's showing us, there's, and I think this was also the point of Chicken Singapore's video, which is there's one big force, guys, out there, okay? And this is the money printing Federal Reserve. And if they say we have still, by any means, so many different tools to bring money and funds to the market, to support the market, though originally it's not designed to help the market, guys. It's rather to stabilize the economy, and but nowadays it seems politically also that the stock market prices are the new economy, and everything is dependent on these numbers, which stocks are going to be trading. So therefore you see also the Federal Reserve putting lots and lots of money and into this, okay? And it seems like the recent crash was just yesterday, and then after you are just thinking about, hey, you know what, I'm going out there now and looking for those cheap stocks, okay? I'm going now for it. And then you look in those stocks and you say, wait a second, where are those stocks on discount, guys? Where are those stocks, right? And I'm really that's so hard for those people who might couldn't get any discounts. Me, I personally saw some interesting things, but it was too hot for me, guys. It was just too hot for me to jump into, I don't know, Win, Disney, all the stocks that are actually beautiful companies were on huge sales. And now it's really the question how long we can hold the guy up, Mr. Market. How long can we hold the Mr. Market up under those conditions? I'm super excited on the next days, and I'm really seeing. Let's have a look into the market together. Now we are 11 minutes before close, so we should have a decent look into the market together, and then I will also have a look into the comments as well. So let me have a look. So Apple is trading at 380, and I want to show you guys how far we are from the all-time highs. If I just pull up the 6 months chart, okay, so here we go. So 6-month chart or 5-month chart? I know, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so 6 months chart. So the highest that we had here was 324, and we are about those levels. So so Apple is almost at all-time highs. Unbelievable. Let's look at Uber. Uber is currently got today 3.22% gain and is 41 somewhere. Here was the recent highs. We are about 16% away from that. Okay. Then we have Virgin Galactic. Obviously, the recent high, or the highest high that we ever had for the stock, was almost at 40, guys. There was people in my comments today. There was people saying, they bought at 31, what they should do, and I said, if you're believing in the long-term story, just hold them, because you don't want to sell now a 50%, right? If you believe in the story. Obviously, if something changed fundamentally, or in the story, or something in the news, or something that you overseen in the company that you don't like at all, then obviously there's the choice also to sell. But that's your choice, right? It's always depending on your horizon. And if you're a long investor and you don't need the money that you invested in, then just hold the stock forever and go sleep. So we are 59% away from this highs. I have my shares bought today, I think at 15.03, and I hope so much that the stock goes further down to 10 or 7. This would be so beautiful to buy the stock by then. I remember, back in October, when the stock went IPO, I thought it was overvalued. I didn't saw it, but it's always important, guys, keep your eyes open, your ears wider open, and your investor heart even wider open, because things can change. Things that you see at one perspective, you might see, hey, this is a small book, right? Because it fits in one hand. But then if I turn it, then you see how thick it is, and you need a lot of time to read it, But then you open the book, and then you see there's also a lot of photos into the book that makes it more easier to read, right? So there's so many different aspects of looking into companies that never say never. I think that's a great summary. Never say never, and always be open for that. Beyond Meat, the same. I was very skeptical of Beyond Meat, especially when it was $200 or more, and then it went down, and I looked into the company and to the market and to the growth opportunities, and I invested, and it was a great choice, right? I invested somewhere, I think, at $85. Now it's $140, so a huge gain. Also, they are up about 3% today. Carnival Cruise is maybe one of the biggest losers here. So if you see $52, they were mid of Jan, and they lost since then 72%. That's insane. Tesla is also not that high from those highs, about 10%. I think it's a little bit more. I think this is not that much accurate here by Yahoo Finance. So Lufthansa, Booking, these are the companies that I looked into it today in my daily vlog. If you want to have 3 big or gigantic comeback opportunities, then look into my daily vlog, where I talk about 3 gigantic opportunities into the stock market. And then we have obviously other. Amazon is I think Amazon is currently on an all-time high, guys, with $2,500. They had some good news as well recently, so I think that's absolutely really good. I'm just adjusting the sound because I'm seeing that we are a little late with the sound. So we should be back in place. However, so the S&P up 1.7%, 6%, the Dow Jones up 1.4%. And I'm very curious if we can withhold or hold these levels and go even higher. This will be the question. Nobody knows the answer, not me, not Chicken Singapore, not Jeremy from Financial Education. Nobody out there can say for certain that something goes up or down. Let me have a final look before we concluding. Obviously, you are putting a lot of effort into the comments. I am loving that so much. Make sure also to thumb up this video if you did it so far, and obviously subscribe if you are brand new here. There's so much value if you are an investor. I'm telling you that multiple times per day. We have people from we have C-Tuck. I hope I say it right. Citigu. I think I say it right. So Citigu, if it crashed with Branson, then that's a big bummer. So I think I agree then. I think this maybe, would be... I would, in this situation, although that's not funny because someone would die, but, in this situation, you would really think, is it hurting the big picture that maybe they close the company, or it's maybe a huge buying opportunity? People thought that when Steve Jobs will leave Apple, that Apple will go, down. It went down, and then now it's higher than ever. As we have just seen, it's on all-time high almost, Apple today. So then we have Burak from Istanbul. Market Scraper. What else? Okay, great. I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed, and I always enjoy the daily live stream because there's so much interaction with you guys. I love that. Leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a comment, and I see you tomorrow as every single day. Thank you very much for tuning in.